Hello to all the hi-fi enthusiasts out there. Welcome to Hi-Fi Fever channel. I'm LS28SE. This time, I'm here to share with you this set from Audio Research, which we usually call ARC, the LS28SE Preamp and the VT80SE Power Amp. Some of you might be thinking, hey, this setup isn't exactly new, so why are you still making a video about it? Well, it's simple, because it sounds great. And with the build quality and sound performance of this pre and power amp combo, I really think it's worth the price, maybe even a bit of a bargain. That's why I wanted to share it with everyone. So I'm here to share this with everyone. If you're currently using an integrated amp and thinking about upgrading, I really think this combo is worth considering. Before we get started, remember to subscribe to Hi-Fi Fever channel. The LS28SE is actually the most accessible entry point in ARC's preamp lineup. Even so, they haven't cut any corners at all. For example, inside, these 4 gold components are the factory's own custom-made capacitors. And the internal signal wiring, these are the same high-end parts used in the reference series from the same brand. Now, they're directly used in this LS28SE, and all of them are in crucial positions for signal transmission. According to the manufacturer, the cost has definitely gone up because of this. The improvement is really obvious, and that's also why the LS28 is such good value for money. As for this preamp, it's a fully balanced amplifier input stage, using JFET output amplification, and it uses a 4G6X30 dual triode tube for voltage amplification. You can see this rubber ring on the tube itself. This is a factory configuration, designed to reduce tube vibration and make the sound even clearer. ARC knows that power supply's impact on sound. In the LS28SE, it occupies nearly half the chassis, featuring a custom ARC-core transformer and high-quality aluminum capacitors. As an entry-level model, it uses transistors instead of tubes here, a choice ensuring stability. The front panel keeps ARC's signature handles, with the knobs on the left and right sides for input selection and volume control respectively. The volume display in the middle is also big enough to read clearly. The volume can go up to 103 levels. For this audition, I paired it with the brand's own VT80SE power amp to drive the magical S32023 speakers. With the volume set at 30, it was already more than loud enough. The buttons below are for power on/off, function selection, input, and confirmation respectively. There are also options for single-ended or balanced input selection, and a mute switch. As for the functions, they include settings like auto power-off timer, AV bypass, current tube usage time, display brightness, and volume reset. You can also change the input names. I'd also like to mention that the LS28SE comes with this remote control, a metal remote, which feels really nice in the hand. The Evo LS28SE's inputs and outputs are unusually plentiful for a typical preamp. There are 4 sets of balanced and 4 sets of RCA inputs, and you can even change the display name for each input from the front panel. As for outputs, there are 2 sets of balanced and 2 sets of RCA outputs, so hooking up a subwoofer is no problem at all. There's also a set of balanced and RCA recording outputs. As for the IEC power socket, it's not the usual 20 amp type from the manufacturer, so it's even more convenient for everyone to try out different power cables. The VT80SE stereo power amplifier uses a fully balanced design, with 2 pairs of KT150 output tubes in total, delivering 75 watts times 2. You can also swap in other output tubes, like the 6550, KT88, or KT120. Thanks to the manufacturer's patented circuitry, it can automatically adjust the bias, so even if you change the tubes, you don't need to readjust the bias yourself. It's really simple and convenient. Each output tube is protected by its own fuse, so even if you're worried about tube failure, there's nothing to be afraid of. In the front, there are also 2 6H30 small tubes responsible for the driver stage, just like in the Preamp. The factory has already fitted them with these shock-absorbing rubber rings. The front panel is very simple. On both sides, it keeps ARC signature handles, and in the middle, there's the power switch and an indicator light. At the back of the unit, there's one set each of balanced and RCA inputs. Since this machine is a fully balanced amplifier, for this listening test, we mainly use the balanced input. There's also a dip switch. When set to auto, if there's no music signal for over 2 hours, the unit will automatically power off. You'll also notice, just below this switch, there's a small display. If you press the button on the side, it'll show you how many hours the output tubes have been used, so you'll know when it's time to replace them. As for these 4 KT150 tubes, according to the manufacturer, these can last up to 3,000 hours. On both sides, you'll find the speaker output terminals, which offer both 8 ohm and 4 ohm outputs. As for the AC power input, it uses a 20 amp socket, so make sure to take note of that. This time, I paired it with the Magico S3 2023 floor standing speakers for the listening test, and I found the sound matched really well. With the VT80SE 75 watts per channel output, it dries them effortlessly. Plus, the LS28SE and this VT80SE are basically the best factory recommended combo. Since this set has already been properly run in, as soon as I turned it on, the sound was already beautiful. The biggest surprise during this test was that, within its transparency, there's a touch of warmth, thanks to ARC's tube amp. It's never really had that typical tube sound, but with this setup, not only does it maintain high resolution, it also adds a bit more richness. You can feel a subtle increase in warmth and body.
Comme un écheveau de laine entre les mains d'un enfant, ou les mots d'une rengaine pris dans les harpes du vent.
Contrast is definitely a strong point of this machine. I believe that most integrated amps probably can't compete with it in this aspect. Take listening to this track, Vita the Lost Test, for example. When Vita strikes the keys forcefully, that sudden, impactful sound really feels alive, and there's this sensation of the sound coming right at you. And the dynamic range from soft to loud is really huge. You can really hear how fast this setup responds. The reaction speed is extremely quick. For a tube amp, the LS28SE has a really low noise floor, and the sense of space and layering it creates is pretty impressive. As for the VT80SE, its bass performance is thick and powerful, driving the S3's bass units tightly and with great control. When playing pop music, that punchy, impactful bass? It's honestly super satisfying. After testing out the LS28SE paired with the VT80SE this time, I feel like it manages to deliver both precision and a nice decay. Plus, even though it's a tube amp, its stability is really high. So even if you've never used a tube amp before, there's really nothing to worry about. Just plug in the tubes, power it up, let it warm up for a bit, and you're good to go. As for any downsides, honestly, I think the biggest drawback is the heat it gives off at the back. It uses a 20 amp IEC plug, making cable swapping harder. But it ensures better sound by providing necessary current, so there's no way around it. That's all for today. Like the video and see you next time.